Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everybody? And welcome to today's program. Again, like always, first and foremost, I want to say I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope that you are blessed, safe, and healthy. As I'm recording this, we are currently still enduring through the global COVID-19 pandemic. I've known a few people who have lost their lives. I know even more people who've been affected by it in some shape or form. So I just want to say, please, everybody, stay strong, stay safe. We can do it. We'll make our way through this. I know frustrations and anxiety is high, but we will rise above this and we will make our way through it. Secondly, want to say, if you guys have the chance, please go check out our sponsor, Corpse Collection, corpsecollection.com. They help keep the lights on. That's my clothing brand. Yeah, they are one-of-a-kind brand. $60, right? When you spend only $60, you get free shipping worldwide, no strings attached. So go cop yourself a couple shirts, a hoodie, a hat, some leggings, some shorts, some socks, whatever, a baby onesie, whatever. Go grab that now while supplies last. Again, that's corpsecollection.com, Korpsx collection.com. Today's show, I'm going to title it Starving the Driver, right? Today I was in meditation, and I was also listening to one of my favorite podcasts today. It's called Wisdom of the Sages podcast. It's a yogic experience where they read the Bhagavatam, which is one of the it's a holy text, right? So let me walk you guys through some of this. I've been meditating, and I've been doing a lot of prayer and a lot of self-reflection on a day-to-day basis. I haven't been meditating as much as I should lately. I've been very busy, especially ever since the pandemic really took hold of life. My sleep schedule's been messed up. My daily routines have been messed up. I haven't been working out as much. And a lot of the things that I do on a day-to-day basis has just kind of been thrown off. And I've been trying to kind of gather my footing and get myself back on track. One thing I heard and one thing I reflected on in meditation was, living a spiritual life. And especially during a time of this pandemic, I feel like it's even more imperative that we all find some kind of spiritual balance within ourselves. I've never been the very religious type, right? Personally, I view religion in today's world as like an institution, right? But I understand a lot of my friends, family, and some of the viewers like you, or listeners like you, might find some comfort in religion. So I don't want to knock it, right? So whether you practice a religion or you are just passionately curious about spirituality and holy scriptures and just being a better person, right? I hope that this resonates with you. Or if you've ever been curious about it, that's the people I really want to talk to today. But I hope that this message resonates. And the way that I put it was, and don't quote me on this because I gathered this from my meditation lessons and Wisdom of the Sages, was a life where you neglect your spiritual health is like going on a road trip and only putting gas in the car, but never feeding the driver, right? And to me, that was so potent, right? That was so profound. Like, imagine that. Imagine, because I've made the drive from across the U.S. I've made the drive across the U.S. from California to North Carolina about 3 or 4 times, right, in my lifetime. And I've gone as far as North Carolina to New Mexico. I've driven up from Oxnard, California, all the way up to San Francisco. Drove from North Carolina to Florida, North Carolina up to New York, and I've been on many road trips, right? Many road trips. And never once have I put it into the context, right, my life in the context of a road trip. And could you guys imagine, right, you're out here driving 12 hours, 10 hours, 13 hours in a car without just one. Let's break this down a little bit. Could you imagine driving 12 hours without taking a pee break, or getting out to stretch your legs, or stretch your back, stretch your neck a little bit, just take your eyes off the road? Like, that is, that's tough. That's really tough. And I couldn't imagine going on a 12-hour trip, right? Let's just say from 7 to 7, getting into the hotel room and just being like, I'm gonna go to sleep. Not eating anything, not replenishing my body. That's insane. Even not on a road trip, my normal day off, I eat, 3 to 4 times in that day. Maybe even 5 times if I'm feeling spunky, if I'm exercising, getting a good amount of exercise in. So living our life without some spiritual health, could be draining and exhausting, as if we were on a 14-hour flight, a 12-hour flight, a 13-hour drive across the U.S. and not eating anything. Like, the nutrients of our body helps us not only stay focused, but aware and alert. We're in a better mood when we're not hungry. We're more aware of conversation that we may be having when we're not hungry, or when we're not dehydrated. When we're dehydrated, we become irritable, and we become, lackadaisical and lethargic. So same with our spirituality, right? When we're not as spiritually healthy, we become very degrading in the things that we do in our life instead of upgrading our life, right? Like, have you guys ever felt that instant gratification when you've been outside on a hot day, like you've been outside all day long, it's hot, and you finally drink that nice cold drink of water, just, like, good, like, it's so sweet, right? Like, having your spiritual well-being replenished is like that gulp of cool water on a hot summer's day. Or, when you're starving and your stomach is growling, and it's growling to the point where it actually causes you physical pain. Like, your stomach, like, you're so hungry, it is now causing you physical pain. It's keeping you up at night. You can't sleep. And then you finally eat something, and then there's even that slight moment where your stomach kind of like, oh my God, this is too much food. Like, even though you've only taken a bite, like, that feeling. Like, having your spiritual side, your spiritual nature replenished could give you that same feeling, like that fulfilled, right? Like, damn. We need to nourish our spiritual body as much as we do the vessel. And that's what I want to kind of hammer home here, and hope can be my hook and sinker, I guess, as you might say. So in this analogy, right, where we're on a road trip, our human body is nothing merely but a vessel, a car, a boat, an airplane, our means of transportation through this world. Our body, the vessel, yes, it needs oil, it needs a tire change, it needs gas, it needs its fuel, right? And it needs to be well fueled, right? You wouldn't put sugar in the gas tank, as some people would say, right? So having a good, healthy, balanced diet is definitely, I'm not saying to, just never eat ever again in your life. What I'm saying is having a healthy diet for the vessel is equally as important as the inner vessel, our inner being, the thing that makes us tick, our soul, our spirit. So I recommend, people might say, well, how do I get better with spiritual being? Right? I'm not saying you got to burn incense or cut off a chicken's head or sacrifice a small goat. I'm not saying that. But find things that uplift your spirits, right? That bring you higher. Things of higher nature, right? For me, for example, I pray. I have now gotten into the habit of trying to pray at least 2 to 3 times a day, right? If I don't pray right when I wake up, I pray sometime, mid-afternoon, maybe while I'm in the shower or I'm on my drive to work. I pause the music, I pause my podcasts, and I pray. And I try to pray over my food. Almost every day now, I try to pray over my food, even if it's just a short prayer, right? Just taking that moment to dedicate myself to a higher being, to something that's to the nature of life, right? You don't have to even believe in God to say a prayer. Mother Nature works all around us. And if you want to pray to Mother Nature, if you want to pray to the cow that bore the beef that fills your hamburger, then do it. But give thanks, give your gratitude, and affirm with the process of life. This great big web of life that we've now have found ourselves not only entrenched but entangled in. Right? So I pray. And I also listen to Wisdom of the Sages. Shout out to Raghunath and Kastuba Dan of Wisdom of the Sages. Ray Capo, who was in a band called Sheltered or Shelter. I don't know exactly. But shout out to Wisdom of the Sages. It's a powerful podcast. I recommend everybody to listen to it. Go to episode 1. And it talks a lot about, spiritual enlightenment and spiritual awakening and spiritual health and wellness and just enrichment. I listen to that daily. They're about 45 to 55 minute podcasts, and it's worked wonders for my life. It's worked wonders for my life. And I feel more fulfilled every day. When I turn off their podcast, I feel like I've done a service to myself, for myself, like something selfish for myself. You know what I mean? Like I just feel better when I do these things. And, maybe that might not be for you. Maybe you're like, oh, they're a snake oil salesman. Okay, cool, fine. All I'm encouraging is that you find something that fulfills you in that manner. Whether you meditate, pray, listen to scriptures, or maybe you find yourselves in the company of other devoted people and you just listen to them, right? You listen to how they speak on their own life, right? Or maybe the thing that uplifts your spirits is spending time with your children, right? I would suggest, if you can't find it through prayer, meditation, or listening to holy teachings, I would suggest, right? This is one man's opinion. I would suggest learning the 5 love languages, about the 5 love languages, the ones that resonate with you the most, and trying to experience those on a day-to-day basis. So if acts of service, right, which is one of my love languages, is one of my stronger love languages. If acts of service is your love language, go out and commit 1 act of service on a day-to-day basis. If, physical touch is one of your love languages, go out and physically touch either another human being, which is hard right now, or an animal, a creature of God's creation, a tree, some plants. If words of affirmation are one of your love languages, go give those, things like that. Learn about the 5 love languages. Go and experience them on a day-to-day basis. It will make you feel good inside, right? And then, the next, make sure that we're maintaining the vessel. I do not want us to I don't want anyone to listen to this podcast and think that I need you guys to neglect your body, okay? If anything, make it a more refined and well-oiled machine. Work out, eat well, right? Right now, I'm trying to gain weight because I've always been a really slim dude. I want to put on some weight, So I'm having to eat a little bit more than what I normally do, and which is okay. It's okay for me, and I feel good putting on this weight. I've put on about 15 to 20 pounds since December, which I'm really happy about. And I feel good because I'm not loading up on Oreos and Twinkies. I'm eating really high protein. I have a really high protein diet, and I'm eating really healthy food, and I'm drinking a lot of water, right? I'm not guzzling down a 2-liter of soda, every other day. I'm staying very healthy. I'm getting out there in the sun and all these things. So maintain the vessel, but please don't go on a road trip through life. Don't go on this road trip of life without feeding the driver, without giving them some water and giving them a break from time to time. Yeah, it's imperative. I can't hammer it home enough. Yeah. During this time, especially when we're, I don't want to say locked up, but when we're, quarantined in our homes and we're restricted to our houses, this is the time now that we need to pray the most, or we need to meditate the most, or we need to experience our love languages the most, or whatever it may be. We need to do that now, more than ever. Because if not, we're going to find ourselves going crazy inside the 4 walls of our homes, inside our dorms, or wherever you may be. So I'm just asking everybody, right? Yeah, take care of the vessel, but don't forget about the driver, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And again, I hope everyone's staying safe. If you guys have the chance, please go check out corpsecollection.com. That's KORPSX collection.com. Hit me up on Instagram. I want some new voices on the podcast. I'm getting some new equipment soon. I just got myself a new MacBook. So I'm really trying my hardest to bring you guys the best content, the best show humanly possible. It's a process, and I'm thankful for every single listener, subscriber, everybody who has been with me through this journey. It's been an amazing ride. I've had so many good comments and compliments on this thing, and it just keeps me motivated to keep going. If you guys want to get on the show, if you got some clothes you want to promote, or you just want to come shoot the shit with me, hit me up on Instagram, at Corpse, KORPSX. Find me on there, hit my DM, we'll chat, and then we'll get you on the show. I'm doing everything remotely right now, so you can be, butt naked in your bedroom, and we can be, chopping it up on a podcast. I got a couple people that I got lined up, so there's some interesting shows about to come down the pipeline. I hope you guys are ready. I'm super excited. Again, thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys are staying safe, everyone staying healthy, and doing everything that we can to beat COVID-19. I hope you guys have had a good day. I hope you have a good week, month, year, and life. All right? I'll see all of you on the flip side. Until next time, stay motivated, all right? Bang, bang.